I'm a desert guide in Namibia. A traveler tried to optimize our sand dunes by suggesting we spray them with industrial adhesive to prevent erosion. Static landscapes are more profitable for photography, he claimed confidently. I explained that the dunes move naturally with the wind. He argued that the Great Wall of China didn't move, and we just lacked a solid construction permit and American civil engineering. He spent the afternoon sketching blueprints in the sand. My cousin is a heritage watchman at the Great Sphinx in Egypt. An American tourist insisted that the Sphinx needed a prosthetic nose 3D printed from durable polymer. It's a branding nightmare to have a facially challenged monument, he stated firmly. My cousin explained the historical significance of the damage. The man doubled down, claiming that Disney would have fixed it in a weekend and offered us his nephews. Business card for monumental. Rhinoplasty.
Ow!
I was working at a high-end sushi bar in Tokyo when a businessman tried to fix our chef's knife technique. He claimed the traditional slicing motion was ergonomically inefficient for high-volume output. You're losing 3 seconds per roll due to unnecessary wrist rotation, he shouted. When the chef ignored him, the man insisted that Henry Ford's assembly line principles could revolutionize raw fish. He then tried to reorganize our soy sauce bottles by viscosity. My brother works as a samba instructor in Rio de Janeiro. A tourist tried to fix the rhythm of a local parade because the drum beats weren't mathematically symmetrical. Syncopation is just a fancy word for being offbeat, he explained to the percussionist. My brother told him it was the soul of Brazil. The man argued that John Philip Sousa never missed a beat and offered to install a digital metronome on the lead drum. Work as a mountain guide in the Swiss Alps and encountered a man who wanted to fix the cowbells. He complained that the clanking was a form of acoustic pollution that lowered the valley's property value. Cows should wear silent GPS trackers with haptic feedback, he insisted. I told him it was a centuries-old tradition. He countered that Silicon Valley solved noise with noise canceling headphones, and we were just living in the dark ages of agriculture. I'm a cultural liaison in Bhutan, where a visitor tried to fix our gross national happiness index. He claimed happiness was too subjective for a government metric and needed to be replaced with a rigorous quarterly KPI system. You can't manage what you don't measure with a spreadsheet, he declared. I explained our spiritual philosophy. He doubled down, insisting that a Six Sigma certification would make our monks 20% more Zen by next Tuesday. My cousin operates a traditional fragrance shop in Oman. A tourist tried to fix the way we burn frankincense by suggesting we use electric glade plug-ins instead. Charcoal is a primitive delivery system for scent, he argued. My cousin explained the ritual importance of the smoke. The man insisted that the Industrial Revolution happened for a reason, and we were clearly suffering from a lack of aerosolized efficiency in our local worship. My brother is a corporate trainer in Seoul, an American intern. Tried to fix the hierarchy of the Korean language by suggesting everyone just use first names to disrupt the seniority bottleneck. Are just verbal red tape that slows down synergy, he claimed. My brother explained the deep-seated cultural respect. The man argued that Steve Jobs never used a suffix and then tried to high-five. The CEO, during a serious board meeting, was working at a traditional super feast in Georgia when a guest tried to fix the length of the toasts. He suggested the Tamada use a 3-minute egg timer to keep the evening on schedule. Drinking is a recreational activity, not a marathon of oratory, he stated. I explained that the toasts are sacred. He argued that TED Talks are capped at 18 minutes for a reason, and we were wasting valuable networking time. My sister manages a coffee ceremony in Ethiopia. A traveler tried to fix the 3-hour process by offering her a box of instant espresso packets. You're burning daylight on a beverage that should be a quick caffeine delivery, he insisted. My sister explained the community bond of the ceremony. He doubled down, claiming that the American grab-and-go model was the pinnacle of human evolution, and we were basically bottlenecking our own productivity. My uncle is a tribal elder in Jordan. A guest tried to fix the custom of refusing food twice before accepting. This inefficient no menzies dance is a logistical hurdle for catering, he proclaimed. My uncle explained it was about modesty and hospitality. The man argued that direct communication is the bedrock of democracy, and then proceeded to eat the entire platter of lamb before anyone. else could even sit down. I'm a temple guardian in Thailand. A visitor tried to fix the rule about not touching people's heads by suggesting we wear safety helmets with proximity sensors. Human contact shouldn't be a spiritual minefield, he explained. I told him the head is the most sacred part of the body. He argued that the American handshake was a universal standard for transparency, and then tried to give a monk a very firm, uninvited pat. My friend is a sociologist in Norway. An American expat tried to fix the law of Jante by suggesting everyone wear success badges to promote individual branding. Humility is just a ceiling for your personal growth potential, he argued. My friend explained that equality is the social glue. The man insisted that the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and then tried to give a keynote speech at a local grocery store about his LinkedIn. My cousin is a librarian in New Delhi. A visitor tried to fix the Indian head bobble by suggesting we use neck braces for directional clarity. Don't know if you're saying yes, no, or maybe, he complained. My cousin explained the nuance of the gesture. The man argued that binary logic was the foundation of the computer age, and our necks were essentially running on outdated, non-binary firmware that needed a hardware update. I'm a vendor in the Marrakesh souk. A tourist tried to fix our bartering system by posting manufacturer's suggested retail price. Stickers on all my handmade rugs. Price discovery shouldn't be a theatrical performance, he told me. I explained that the haggle is a social contract. He argued that the American fixed-price model saved the world from emotional exhaustion, and then tried to report me to a non-existent bureau affair. Pricing in Morocco. My uncle owns a small cafe in Rome. A tourist tried to fix our espresso culture by demanding a venti cup with extra caramel and whipped cream. Standing at a bar to drink a tiny shot is a missed revenue opportunity, he argued. My uncle explained that coffee is a quick ritual. The man insisted that Starbucks was the gold standard of caffeinated comfort, and offered to help us rebrand the 200-year-old shop as a drive-through. My sister is a chef in Oaxaca. A customer tried to fix our mole sauce by suggesting we remove the chocolate to streamline the flavor profile. Savory and sweet shouldn't share a zip code, he declared. My sister explained the complex history of the recipe. The man argued that flavor purity was the secret to American fast food success, and then tried to dip his French.
Oh.
Artisanal salsa. My cousin is a waiter in Paris. A diner tried to fix the tradition of leaving bread on the tablecloth by bringing his own sanitary silicone bread mats. Eating off a table is a breach of modern hygiene protocols, he stated. My cousin explained it was the French way. The man argued that surface contamination is the silent killer, and then tried to lecture the entire bistro on the benefits of individually wrapped, bleached flour rolls. I'm a street food vendor in Hanoi. A tourist tried to fix our low plastic stools by suggesting we replace them with ergonomic office chairs. Your customers are developing chronic lower back pain for a bowl of noodles, he claimed. I explained the stools are practical for the sidewalk. He argued that American lumbar support was a human right, and then tried to sell me a pallet of discarded swivel chairs from an old call center. My brother cooks traditional plov in Uzbekistan. A guest tried to fix the layer of oil at the bottom of the pot with a stack of paper towels. This lipid density is a cardiovascular disaster waiting to happen, he warned. My brother explained the oil preserves the flavor. The man argued that the American Heart Association wouldn't approve, and then tried to show us a YouTube video on how to air fry our national heritage. My uncle runs a bakery in Lisbon. A traveler tried to fix our pasties de nata by suggesting we use sugar-free stevia substitutes to appeal to the wellness demographic. Tradition is just another word for stagnant calories, he claimed. My uncle explained the recipe is a secret. The man argued that biohacking your dessert was the future of the European Union, and then tried to sprinkle kale powder over a fresh batch of tarts. I'm a fisherman in Peru. A tourist tried to fix my ceviche by insisting I cook the fish on a portable camping stove first. Raw fish is just a salmonella lottery, he explained. I told him the lime juice cooks the protein. He argued that chemical reactions aren't a substitute for thermal processing, and then tried to give me a lecture on the safety standards of the FDA while holding a thermometer to my bowl. My sister hosts traditional breakfasts in Istanbul. A guest tried to fix the $20 spread by suggesting we blend it all into a nutritional morning smoothie. Having this many plates creates a logistical nightmare for the dishwasher, he argued. My sister explained the variety is a sign of hospitality. The man insisted that time optimization was the key to global dominance, and then tried to drink his honey, olives, and cheese through a straw. My cousin is a dim sum chef in Hong Kong. A diner tried to fix the Lazy Susan by suggesting we use a digitally synchronized conveyor belt instead. Manual rotation is a primitive way to share shrimp dumplings, he claimed. My cousin explained it encourages conversation. The man argued that automation is the only path to a frictionless dining experience, and then tried to program a small robot to deliver his buns to the table. My brother is an asador in Argentina. A customer tried to fix our slow-roasted steak by suggesting we use a high-pressure microwave to finish it in 5 minutes. Waiting for hours for a ribeye is an insult to the pace of the modern world, he stated. My brother explained the art of the fire. The man argued that thermal efficiency was the backbone of the American dream, and then tried to overhaul our charcoal pit. I'm a park ranger in Germany. A hiker tried to fix the Sunday silence laws by playing loud motivational podcasts on a Bluetooth speaker. The forest is too quiet. It lacks an inspirational soundscape for peak performance, he explained. I told him, silence is legally protected here. He argued that freedom of speech includes the freedom to be amplified, and then tried to petition the local mayor to install outdoor speakers for productivity. My uncle is a jeepney driver in Manila. A passenger tried to fix our past fare system by installing a self-checkout kiosk in the back of the truck. Counting coins by hand is a security risk and a mathematical burden, he claimed. My uncle explained the communal trust involved. The man argued that contactless payment is the hallmark of a civilized society, and then tried to tape a square reader to my uncle's dashboard. My cousin is a city planner in Amsterdam. A tourist tried to fix the bicycle lanes by suggesting we reclaim them for SUVs. To improve the city's power aesthetic, bicycles are a hobby, not a serious transport infrastructure, he argued. My cousin explained our green initiative. The man doubled down, claiming that the American interstate system is the peak of human mobility, and then tried to park his rental Hummer on a bike bridge. My sister works the ferry ticket booth in the Greek islands. A traveler tried to fix the island time schedule by suggesting we implement military-grade punctuality protocols. A 10-minute delay is a butterfly effect for my entire vacation itinerary, he screamed. My sister explained the sea conditions dictate the pace. He argued that the Swiss can run trains on a second's notice, and offered to lean optimize our Mediterranean tides with a stopwatch. My brother is a geologist in Iceland. A tourist tried to fix the smell of sulfur from the hot springs by suggesting we pour industrial-strength lavender concentrate into the geysers. The earth shouldn't smell like a rotten egg in a luxury destination, he stated. My brother explained the volcanic origin. The man argued that scent branding was essential for tourism, and then tried to dump a bottle of cologne into a boiling mud pot. I'm a boat captain on the Mekong River in Laos. A passenger tried to fix the slow boat by suggesting I install twin-turbo outboard motors to double our speed. Meandering is a waste of fuel and my precious billable hours, he claimed. I explained the river's dangerous rocks. He argued that American grit can overcome any geological obstacle, and then tried to show me a brochure for a high-speed Florida Everglades airboat as a solution. My uncle is a guide on the salt flats in Bolivia. A traveler tried to fix the high altitude by suggesting we oxygenate the entire plateau using giant industrial fans. Thin air is a design flaw for a tourist attraction, he complained. My uncle explained the biology of the Andes. The man argued that atmospheric control was the next frontier of American innovation, and then tried to sell us canned Malibu air for $20 a pop. My cousin is a wildlife warden in Kenya. A tourist tried to fix the lack of paved roads in the national park by suggesting we use self-healing asphalt to protect the lion's paws. Dirt roads are a relic of a pre-industrial mindset, he argued. My cousin explained the ecological impact. The man insisted that pavement is the first step to progress, and then tried to give the Lions a safety briefing on proper pedestrian crossings. My sister is a tech consultant in Estonia. A visitor tried to fix our digital government by suggesting we reintroduce paper forms for a vintage, artisanal feel. The internet is too cold. People miss the tactile satisfaction of a physical stamp, he argued. My sister explained our 99% digital efficiency. The man insisted that the analog revival is a massive market trend in Brooklyn, and then tried to mail a handwritten status update to the Prime Minister. I'm a sommelier in Santiago.
No.
A customer tried to fix our wine glasses by demanding supersized goblets that hold an entire bottle. Small pours are a psychological barrier to true enjoyment, he claimed. I explained the importance of aeration and temperature. He argued that the American big gulp philosophy should apply to all liquids, and then tried to drink a vintage Cabernet through a patriotic 3-foot-long curly straw. He brought himself. My brother works as a park ranger in Canada. A visitor tried to fix the wildness of the grizzly bears by suggesting we feed them standardized kibble to make them more user-friendly. Are a liability for the family fun experience, he stated. My brother explained the ecosystem. The man argued that domesticated nature is more profitable, and then tried to pet a moose while lecturing it on proper American manners and social boundaries. I'm a lifeguard at Bondi Beach in Australia. A tourist tried to fix our shark nets by suggesting we install underwater electric fences powered by solar panels. Nature is too aggressive. It needs a technological leash, he insisted. I told him the ocean is a wild space. He argued that Florida figured out how to drain swamps, so you should be able to electrify a coastline, and then tried to audit our surfboards for buoyancy. My uncle manages a grid station in South Africa. A traveler tried to fix our load-shedding schedule by suggesting we just keep the lights on through sheer force of will and positive thinking. Energy is a mindset, not just a resource, he proclaimed. My uncle explained the infrastructure crisis. The man argued that American optimism could power a city, and then tried to motivate a broken transformer by shouting, "You can do it for an hour." My cousin is a waiter in Madrid. A diner tried to fix the siesta by suggesting the entire country skip the nap to boost the GDP. Closing shops for 3 hours is a national bankruptcy strategy, he argued. My cousin explained the heat and tradition. The man insisted that the city that never sleeps was the only valid model for a modern economy, and then tried to wake up a sleeping shopkeeper with a megaphone. My sister is a bartender in a quiet pub in Ireland. A visitor tried to fix our lack of televisions by suggesting we plaster the walls with 8-inch screens, showing 24-hour sports. Silence is for libraries. Pubs should be high-decibel sensory environments, he argued. My sister explained the craic in conversation. The man argued that visual stimulation is the fuel of the future, and then tried to live stream his own Guinness to increase its global engagement. It's truly fascinating to see how some people believe the entire world is just a series of inefficient problems waiting for an American solution. Whether it's optimizing a 1,000-year-old ceremony or trying to fix the rotation of the Earth, the confidence is truly unmatched. Have you ever seen someone try to improve a culture they didn't understand? Let me know in the comments. Would you like me to find more stories of confident cultural confusion?